All right, it's been a few days, so let's talk about it. And that being this new Party Next Door Drake collab album. What is it called? Some sexy, something sexy. Some sexy songs for you. What a title to an album. But this should not be new to us. I mean, if you are even remotely in the Drake or Party Next Door R&B hip hop corner of the world, uh, you already know. You already know. This should not be new to you. I don't even know where to begin with this album. Before I can address the album itself, I have to address like just life in general for this man Drake, leading up to this. I think the whole world knows about Drake and Kendrick, the beef and all that. And not even a week ago, this man Kendrick just went ahead and performed on the biggest stage possible at the Super Bowl. How does that have Drake feeling? Well, quote unquote, he does not care about a rap beef. Instead, he cares about getting the party lit. Interesting choice of words. Interesting decision to make at this time. I think it's kind of weird because I think the whole world wants Drake to address all the beef with Kendrick, but at the same time, it's kind of smart that he isn't. I mean, Kendrick won, bro. He like the best thing Drake can do is let that junk die. I don't think it will die, but the best thing for him is just to move on and make other types of music. I don't think he should make hip hop, you can't touch me, I'm best, top of the world type music. This is exactly where he needs to be, in his R&B bag, in this R&B lane, and doing an album with Party Next Door. It fits the lane that he needs to be in. So it's kind of smart in that sense, I guess. But it would be really, really helpful if the album was good. You know what I mean? Now Drake says it in the album. This song is strictly for the chicks at the party, bro. This is not for the fellas. This is not for y'all. Go ahead and sit this one out. At the same time, like there gotta be some type of replay value for us fellas, to actually be bumping this album. You know what I mean? And if it's for the chicks, it's for the chicks. It is what it is. Just to give you an idea of how I felt about this album, I did not stay up for the release. A couple of my friends did, and that's cool for them. I did not stay up for the release. I took my butt to bed where I belonged and got a full night's rest. When I woke up in the morning, I saw a text from my friend saying that I need to listen to the album. So I listened to the album, and I got 3 songs in, 2.5 songs, 3 songs in, and I was bored of it already. So I turned it off, and I went to go listen to some Mexican music. So for me to go ahead and bump Mexican music over R&B, which is my personal favorite genre, it's that's saying something. That's really saying something. So I did eventually go back and revisit the album, and I think overall it's the same. It doesn't move me. It's overall pretty boring. And there are some songs on there that are just Lord have mercy. I think it's also surprising how many solo songs he has on here. It kind of feels like Drake just gave Party Next Door all of these songs that didn't make his recent albums and said, you know what, go ahead and put a verse on whichever ones you want. And that's what Party did. Now, no disrespect to Party. Party Next Door, I think, is a really good R&B artist. He's been killing the R&B game for a minute. He released an R&B album last year that was really, really good, in my personal opinion. Not his greatest, but good. So, low key with Party Next Door on the album, I kind of was expecting a pretty good listening experience. Now, I wasn't like excited for the album, but I was like, okay, if they're going to release something, if Drake is going to release something and Party is on it, then you know what? I will definitely listen to it. But if it was just Drake's junk, I honestly don't know if I would get to it as fast as I got to it. I would probably let it sit for a couple weeks, and then maybe if I visit it, I'll visit it when I feel like it, when it's convenient for me. But here we are, and my thoughts on this album, it's just, this is not the best version of Party, in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, he slid on a couple of these, and he definitely did his best, and he did his thing on some of these, for sure. But Drake, Drake, he did not. He did not. It just, like I said before, it kind of feels like some of these songs were just throwaways from previous albums that he gave to Party, and Party, did his best with. But with that being said, some of my favorite songs is only with Drake, which is crazy. I actually like "Give Me a Hug," but that only has Drake on it. I think I like it more for the instrumental. The beat is infectious, I have to say. But Drake's words verses are okay. The lyrics are all right. It's what you expect from Drake, honestly. And so it's pretty good. It's an enjoyable listening experience, I guess. I think Spider-Man Superman was decent. I'm not gonna sit here and act like it was the greatest, but I think it's good enough to deserve a shout out for sure, for sure. Um, and see, this is how I know Drake was on one. Okay, the next song I'm gonna mention, bro, "Meet Your Padre." Okay, meet your father. Listen now, Drake. I don't know if Drake was like, I feel for the families being involved and all this ICE immigration stuff happening. Let me release a song so they know that I'm feeling their pain. This is not it. This is not it. Drake Drake did not slide on this. I just don't think it was the right call. I don't know who signed off on this, but not not my thing, me personally. Also, I liked Nokia. And this is another one where Party Next Door is nowhere to be found on it. But it's the same reason why I like Give Me a Hug. It's like, it's kind of nostalgic. It's vibey. The beat instrumental itself, nothing that Drake does on it is revolutionary or is, great. His lyrics are what we come to expect from Drake. But it's a good song. It's a pretty good song. And it gets me moving a bit. I'm not gonna lie, it gets me a little dancey dance. You know what I'm trying to say. I think another one that I really really like, "When He's Gone." Now, "When He's Gone," now that's a good song. I like it. It's a little vibe. I think that one's probably my favorite, and it's because it's in that R&B lane. It's much more on par with what I thought the album would be. Instead, we just got a glorified Drake album. And Drake has been making the same album for years now. He just copy and pastes his views all over again. And, I'm kind of tired of it. I'm not going to lie. I'm not kind of tired of it. But at the same time, this is kind of what Drake has to do probably for the rest of his career. He has to stay commercial. And I don't think commercially he's ever going to fail. He's a household name when it comes to hip hop, R&B. So whenever he releases something, everyone's going to talk about it, and everyone is going to share their thoughts on it. Everybody is going to listen to it. But I don't think he should swerve back in that hip hop lane when it comes to rapping like he's the best and on top, because he's already proven that he can get bested in a little beef. And not a little beef. This was beef of a lifetime with Kendrick. But unfortunately, Drake just kind of has to stay in this lane for the rest of the time. It's not a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's just a thing that he has to do. I'm sure Drake doesn't like to be in this corner, but he just needs to shut up and be in that corner and make music for the chicks. You know what I'm saying? He can't really make music for the fellas anymore. The fellas are gonna bump this album because the chicks are bumping this album. It's a supply and demand, type of thing. It's a tale as old as time. The fellas are gonna bump what the chicks are bumping. It just is what it is. And so in that sense, commercially, this album's gonna do pretty well. I'm not gonna act like this is the worst album of 2025. 2025 just started, but it's definitely not the best album of 2025. I actually want to share my music thoughts more. I have yet to share what my thoughts are on the music scheme and landscape. I would love to do that on this channel. So if you're down for that, please let me know in the comments or like the video. I think already in 2025, we have seen some, and actually, if I do say so myself, some pretty amazing projects, albums, whatever you want to call them, already. And so that's something I want to talk about maybe next time for sure, especially if you guys let me know. in the comments, and give me a like. I'll take one like. You know what I mean? I'm not picky. I'll take what I can get. I'll take what I can get. Beggars cannot be choosers, and I might beg, but I ain't choosy. So if you like the video, please let a like down below. And I'd also love to hear your opinion on this Drake album, or Drake at all. Like, hate on him if you want to. Free country. I mean, what can I do? It's just the comment section. You know what I mean? Get engagement up. That's really all it is. I'm just trying to get engagement up. You know what I'm saying? And if you've watched the whole video to this point, shout out to you. Shout out to you. At this time, we have 4 subscribers. Hopefully, we can make it 44. Give me 44. Give me 44, please. 44. Get your cold cuts. Get your cold cuts. All right. Anyway, I'm done. I'll see y'all later. Peace.